From Television City in Hollywood, the Jack Benny program with his special guest, Dennis Day, presented by Lucky Strike.
Light up a lucky, it's light up time.
Be happy, go lucky, it's light up time.
For the taste that you like, light up a Lucky Strike. Relax.
It's light up time.
There's a time and place for everything. And the right time for a Lucky is any time you want to enjoy a great cigarette. And the right place for a Lucky is wherever you happen to be at the time. You'll always enjoy Luckies because Luckies taste better. Lucky Strike is made of fine, naturally good-tasting tobacco that's toasted to taste better. Cleaner, fresher, smoother.
And that's why Lucky's taste better every time.
So make your next pack of cigarettes Lucky Strike. You'll find it's the best-tasting cigarette you ever smoked.
Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Lucky Strike program. Well, here it is, February 12th, and just 2 days from now, on the 14th, I'll celebrate my birthday. I was a Valentine. My relatives still talk about the day I was born. Back home, Waukegan, Illinois, how the doctor, the way the doctor slapped me, slapped me. He was arrested for assault. And then, the other day I was looking through my album at my baby picture, and there's one picture of me right after I was born. They took this picture, and when you're that young, how your face is so wrinkled. You see, then naturally you grow up and you sort of fill out, you see. This morning I looked in the mirror, and I'm getting young again. But just think, Tuesday I'll be 39. Time certainly flies, doesn't it? And I went to see my doctor to get a complete checkup, which I do annually, you see, and he gave me a blood test and everything. He asked me how old I was, and I told him 39. And he told me that's strange because your corpuscles are 62. I asked him if he meant the red ones or the white ones. He said the gray ones. I don't have gray corpuscles. Certainly I haven't. But I ought to be ashamed of myself. Here I am talking about me, and here it is, February 12th, the birthday of Abraham Lincoln. And there was truly a great man. Anybody who'll walk 12 miles to return a library book and save a 3-cent fine is my kind of a guy. Well, to get on with the show, ladies and gentlemen, I think we should. I would like to have you meet my singing star who's been with me so many, many years, Dennis Day.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Dennis. Are you all set to sing your song?
Yes, sir, and I think you're going to like it.
Well, good. Then I'll leave you and... Dennis, it's the first time I've seen you with glasses. Are your eyes weak?
No.
Well, are you nearsighted?
No.
Well, have you astigmatism or something?
No.
Well, then why are you wearing the glasses?
My uncle died and left them to me.
Shame. Your uncle died. That's a shame.
Yeah, I can't see a darn thing with them.
Of course not. You have to have a prescription to wear. Now take those things off.
Oh, okay.
Dennis, you're such a silly kid, really. Don't you... Just because someone leaves you something in a will, you're not compelled to wear it.
I'm not?
No.
Want to buy a set of teeth?
No, I don't. And look, Dennis, you can stop making up things, too. Your uncle didn't die. I saw him on the street. He was walking down the street this morning.
Well, that was my aunt. He left her his clothes.
Look, Tuesday is my birthday. I'm trying to feel good. Will you do me a favor? Just sing your song and don't talk. Is that right?
Okay, but before I sing, I have a birthday gift for
Look,
you.
and I don't want a birthday gift.
Yeah, that's right. Now, I'd like to give it to you right now. Oh, would somebody please roll that table out here for me? Oh, you're gonna...
Dennis, if this is one of your tricks...
No, honest, it isn't. Thanks very much. You're going to love this.
Dennis! It's me in such a wonderful likeness.
I had it especially made for you. Took 4 weeks.
Gosh, I really am flattered, you know?
Yeah, I got the idea in a museum. You know, they got busts of Napoleon and Caesar and Benjamin Franklin, Lincoln, Washington.
Gosh, going to all that bother. Dennis, that's just wonderful. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it on a pedestal and keep it right in the middle of my living room.
No, in the kitchen. It's a cookie jar.
What?
The ear is a corkscrew.
Look, Dennis.
And you know something else?
What?
The mouth makes a wonderful bottle opener.
Dennis, will you...
And I squeeze oranges right
Now
here.
cut that out! I don't want any presents. Now just sing your song and leave me alone. That's all I want. Cookie jar. These are good.
Falling leaves drift by the window. The falling leaves of blue and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear a winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to
You know, even though Dennis is silly, he has a beautiful voice, hasn't he? You know, so ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, before going on with the show, I'd like to do something that I very seldom do. In fact, I've never done it before. I'd like to make an exception of this. I usually do not introduce people sitting in the audience. But there happens to be a very good friend of mine here that I'd like to have you meet, one of our great, great stars, most popular and finest actors in the motion picture industry, Mr. William Holden, who is sitting right here. Bill, congratulations on the Photoplay Award. the other night. And sitting next to Mr. Holden is the gentleman who is directing him right now in a picture called Toward the Unknown, Mr. Mervyn Leroy. A wonderful man. You know, Mr. Leroy has directed many, many great pictures, and he just concluded The Bad Seed, which I know you're all going to enjoy. And you know what? One thing about Mervyn Leroy, even though, I mean, we've been pals for years, he has never taken advantage of our friendship by asking me to appear in one of his pictures. Those kind of friends I don't need. Now, you know, I'll tell you,
Jack,
somebody else...
Jack,
Oh,
Jack,
Don!
Jack.
Don Wilson. Hello, Don. How are you?
Jack, excuse me for interrupting, but you've heard me speak of my son Harlow, haven't you?
Harlow? Oh, your son, the one who's studying to be an announcer.
That's right. And, oh, I'm so proud of him, Jack. He's been working very hard, and yesterday he graduated. And, Jack, I was just thinking, if he could do the commercial tonight, it would mean an awful lot to me.
Well, does he know the, you mean our Lucky Strike commercial?
Oh, yes, that's what. It'd be a big break for Harlow and sort of give him the kind of start he needs for his announcing career.
I see. Well, he knows the commercial.
Oh, yes, of course. I've been rehearsing him for days. He knows every word of it.
Oh, well, then bring him out, certainly.
Oh, gee, thanks, Jack.
You're welcome, sir.
Come on out, son. Harlow, shake hands with Mr. Benny.
How do you do? It's your son. Huh?
This is my boy. Yes, sir.
Gee, there's hardly any resemblance.
Well, are you all set, son?
Yes, Dad?
Okay. Harlow, let's have the commercial.
LS, MFT, LS, MFT. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Lucky Strike,
Me.
oh, yeah. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Lucky Strike means...
Means fine tobacco. Can't you remember anything?
Don.
Look, I've told you this 1,000 times. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Now get that through your head and keep it there.
Don, wait a minute. I mean, after all, he's your son. He's trying.
Trying. All right, go on, Harlow.
Okay. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Lucky Strike is the only cigarette that's
That's toasted to taste better.
Oh, yes, that's toasted to taste better. So for the taste that you like, light up a Lucky Strike, the cigarette that is so round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy,
So free and easy on the draw. Gee, I could ask 100 people on the street and they'd know that. You've got a brain in that skull of yours. Now use it. What is that, a head or a cookie jar?
Don, you're embarrassing.
Oh, you stay out of this. And it's for you, Harlow. It's for you. You're going home. And you're going to be punished. From now on, no more car, no allowance, no movies. And I'm going to cut you down to 5 meals a day. Get out. You and your 300 pounds of water. Get out.
Gee, I didn't know that Don had such a temper. You know, I always thought that fat men were jolly. Let's see, what was I going to say? Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, there's someone else in the audience whom I'd like to introduce. You know, every actor has his favorite role, every singer his favorite song, and, well, every comedian probably his favorite television show. And my favorite, the one I enjoyed doing the most, was the one I did a few weeks ago with the 2 live dummies, Charlie McCarthy and Mortimer Snerd. And the lovely guest star who was on that show is sitting here, Miss Frances Bergen. Will you take it back? He was so good on that show, too. Bill Holden, did you, you saw that show, didn't you? The one I did?
No, I didn't, Jack.
Oh. Well, it was very good. Francis is just wonderful. Francis, why don't you come up on the stage and let Bill see you, huh? Oh, come up just for a second, let everybody. Come on, let's get her up on stage. Come on. Francis, I must tell you once again, you were so wonderful and so lovely on that show. And you know, it caused a lot of talk.
Well, thank you, Jack. I enjoyed doing it. And you know what's happened since then?
What?
Well, I did a show with Dick Powell on Four Star Playhouse, and just recently I had an offer to make a picture at 20th Century Fox.
No kidding.
Yes, so you see, you really discovered me.
I mean, I discovered you?
Sure.
Well, heavens to Eddie Cantor. Francis, that's wonderful that you're going to make a picture at 20th Century Fox. You know, I haven't made a movie in such a long, long time. Gosh, it's been years, not since... Well, anyway, it's been a long time. And, you know, I know a lot of people at 20th Century. I was just wondering, as long as you're going to make a picture there, do you think you could talk to them? And then maybe I could get a part in it, you know, to play opposite you in this picture.
Well, Jack, this is a dramatic story, a dramatic picture with a romantic love story.
Mm-hmm.
And if you played opposite me, you would have to be my lover.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, in the first place, you're a comedian, a funny man.
Not when I'm necking. So, Francis, you know, I've made a lot of pictures, and good ones, too, like George Washington Slept Here, and To Be or Not to Be, and Man About Town. And yet, for some reason or other, the studios have never been able to grasp the real me. I mean, I've never been able to achieve the success that, let's say, Clark Gable has had, or Robert Taylor, or William Holden. Now, why is that?
Gee, Jack, I've been in show business such a short time, I don't think I'm the one to ask.
Oh, no, sure you.
Well, naturally, I've seen a lot of pictures, and being a woman, I might be able to tell you the reason, but, well, I don't know if I should.
Oh, I don't mind. Really, I don't.
Well, now, please don't misunderstand me. I think you're very clever, and you're very talented, and you have a lot of charm.
I know.
Maybe you lack the most essential thing that's necessary to become a success on the screen.
I lack?
Yes.
What?
Sex appeal.
What are you laughing at? Francis, you mean I have no sex appeal?
I'm sorry.
You're sorry. I'm sick about it. Well, look, Francis, don't you think that if I were given the opportunity to play that kind of a part on the screen, I could be another Gable or a Taylor. I mean, a Robert Taylor, a Taylor I can be. I know. or a William Holden.
Well, Jack, let me put it this way. Suppose you weren't Jack Benny. Suppose you were Robert Taylor. Or Mr. Holden. Now, if you were William Holden, do you think I could stand here so coldly? So calmly? Just talking to you?
You couldn't, huh?
Oh, no. Why, if you were William Holden, I'd want to come closer to you, like this. And maybe caress your cheek, like this. Why, I'd even want to kiss you, like this. Now, you see, that didn't affect me at all.
That's funny. I'm a wreck. Well, Francis, I know what you mean, but let me explain something to you. You see, when you mention William Holden, you see, you see him on the screen where he's playing a part, he's acting, he's giving a performance. Now, I can prove to you that sex appeal or being a lover is merely a case of, well, it has something to do with the environment, atmosphere, maybe the story of the picture. I can prove it to you.
You can?
Yeah, now look, I want you to close your eyes and forget that I'm Jack Benny. You know, just close your eyes and think of me as, well, Holden, William Holden. And we'll play a love scene, a really emotional love scene. I'll prove to you that my kiss and Holden's, it's the same thing. Would you like to try it?
What are we talking about?
Oh, anything. Just impromptu. Any kind of a love scene. We'll just make it up. I'll start it. Now remember, I'm William Holden. I'm not. Just a lovely, nice, whatever you can think of. Nice. Could we have just a little soft music, Malin, with this, please? Remember, I'm Holden. Oh, Francis. Francis.
Oh, my darling, it's really you. And I thought you were leaving without saying goodbye.
Oh, my poor dear, I should have told you. But I'll be back. I'll be back even though 1,000 miles shall separate us.
Ah, cruel fate, to meet and part with nothing left to cherish but the ecstasy of love's first kiss.
Love's first kiss. Kiss me, my sweet.
My darling.
Kiss me.
To think that we may never meet.
Kiss me.
To think...
Kiss me.
Hold it. Now, just a minute, Jack. Just a minute.
Bill. Wait a minute, Bill. Well, look, I'm right in the middle of a love scene here.
I'm sorry, but look, I sat out there and took all I could take. And believe me, as a friend, I just had to get up here and help you. Now, first, really about that dialogue.
I'll be back.
Where are you going?
No place. I was going home.
And look,
right
Jack,
after-
you were so nervous. Huh? You were so nervous, and you're so pale.
Well, if you had gray corpuscles, you'd be pale.
Jack, I just want to say one thing. You know, making love on the screen is my business. I get paid for it. So, if you'll just stand aside, I'll show you how this thing should be done, and then you can take over from there. Now,
Bill,
we haven't met. I'm Bill Holden.
How do you do?
Now, you just watch this, Jack. Everything will be okay. Now, Francis, would you give me that line, the one you just gave Jack?
Well, if I can remember it. Oh, yes. Ah, cruel fate, to meet and part with nothing left to cherish but the ecstasy of love's first kiss.
Kiss me, my sweet.
Jack and these guest stars will be back in just a minute, but first, here's a word to cigarette smokers.
Light up a lucky.
It's light up time.
Be happy, go lucky.
It's light up time.
For the taste that you like, light up a lucky strike.
Relax.
It's light up time.
There's a happy way to make ends meet. Put the end of a match to the end of a lucky and puff. That always adds up to real smoking enjoyment. Why? Well, first, because Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And then this fine, good-tasting tobacco is toasted to taste even better. Cleaner, fresher, smoother. So anytime you want to lighten a problem, light up a Lucky.
For the taste that you like, light up a lucky strike.
Right now.
Light up a lucky. It's light up time.
Francis, this was such a nice surprise and everything. I want to thank you for being on the show again. And Bill, thanks so much for coming over.
Jack, it was a pleasure.
Thank you, Jack.
Good
Bye.
luck. Good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, Huh?
Jack,
What?
My ring?
Oh, You can see anything, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to say that...
Mr. Benny.
Dad, I thought you went home.
Well, I was, but I thought maybe you could help me. You see, I got an invitation to a wedding, and I don't know how to get there. Which way to Monaco?
In the first place, it isn't Monaco. It's Monaco. And in the second place, the wedding isn't until April, and the invitations aren't even sent out yet.
Well, I got my invitation right here. Look.
Dennis, that's not Monaco. That's Monica, Santa Monica. The wedding isn't in Europe. It's at the beach.
Oh, then I'll have to take a different bus.
Yes, I would. When you get to the beach, keep going. Well, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to watch Ann Southern next Sunday. And then in 2 weeks, I'll be back with Bob Crosby and Mary Livingston and Rochester and Don Wilson and my whole gang. Thank you very much.
Filter smokers, it all adds up. Just as 1 and 1 make 2, pleasure and taste make Filter Tip Tarleton the best in filtered smoking. All the pleasure comes through. The taste is great. Filter Tip Tarleton smokes milder, smokes smoother, draws easier. And Tarleton's filter is pearl gray because it contains activated charcoal for real filtration. So when you smoke Filter Tip Tarleton, all the pleasure comes through. The taste is great.
The Jack Benny program has been brought to you by the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes. The Jack Benny program has been selected for viewing by our armed forces overseas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Don Wilson. And here is a reminder from the American Tobacco Company. A killer may be stalking your family. He's public enemy number 1. His name, heart disease. Strike back. Fight heart disease through your heart association or send contributions to Heart, care of your post office. Help your heart fund by helping your heart. Thank you. Be sure to watch Jack Benny's show in 2 weeks when he'll have as his guests Mary Livingston, Bob Crosby, Rochester, and yours truly, Don Wilson.